Today on how not to do things, how to do them in the most difficult way possible, and various lines like that. We've been out here yesterday and today with this magnificent piece of cast iron shoved into this magnificent parts washer, which that says King Canada. I'm sure they say Harbor Freight and Princess Auto and cheap pieces of tin scrapped together. But anyways, it's been working, doing the job it's supposed to do, and we've been cleaning and polishing. I haven't done much in here because, well, to be honest, it's pretty well put together. Japanese, they knew how to cast things. They didn't leave a lot of flashing. I cleaned up a little bit of supports in the front. We're going to take her over to our magnificent table we have over here, as we built just the other day. And we'll be assembling it on this lovely white piece of artwork. Slowly, over time, with additions added. So on and so forth. Other words. I'm not going to do the facial thing, but to keep myself somewhat clean, I have adorned myself in this magnificent garbage bag. It's lovely in it. Great for when you're washing. Assembly lube. Alright, crankshaft. Yes, you probably noticed that I did not polish the crank because, well, I did not polish the crank. Just the way it is. I'm sure that'll upset everybody. I hope everybody's upset anyways, or I'll have been wasting my time. We're going to put the crank in. Clean up the caps. A little assembly lube on those bearings, and yeah, we'll torque her down, and we'll have the crank in. Well, we have a crank installed. Oh, it actually turns. Yeah, very exciting. The unexciting part is that if you will look closely right on there, very glaring, you can see a little burr mark. So I gotta go get a piece of leather strap and sit here and polish the ever living hell out of that. Because I expect I probably touched it with my Dremel, which is why I didn't do much cleaning up stuff there, because my hands just don't have, things get away from me. So I gotta clean that up. But I still gotta balance the pistons and rods. We need to get a new seal. I had every seal possible in the kits that I bought. Gaskets and seals and this and that and the other thing. But didn't come with a new pickup seal. Did not get a new rear seal. So I was putting her back together with an old seal. Maybe a walrus, but not a seal. So anyways, I'm going to halt now for a bit. Order more parts. And see where it takes us from there. Well, it's another wonderful unheated day here in Dan's plastic wrapped garage. Keep some of the wind out anyways. Got a heater going there. Got one going back here, although I think it went out. I got one going here. We're going to go back and see what's going on with this one. I want to take a chance on things. You got to have fire. I forgot to turn on the propane. That's what happened. So we'll turn that on. Yeah. Where's your do? Bright light. Got light. Turn it to low. Get the flame going. Yeah, very high. Alright, that might warm things up a little more. Definitely help with the impending fire. So last night here, I had wonderful video work too, as you can tell. Ain't nobody holding my video camera or got her propped up against all the specialty stuff or anything like that. She's just me making a mess of things. Well, last night I got this scale out. We went to work on these. Now we're reusing the pistons. And didn't really want to press the bins out. Because, that could cause problems. Could cause problems is the word. So we just weighed things individually, or we ground a bit off the caps, And I worked away at things here last night, and we managed to get them all the same weight. And we'll see what it says here today. Put that one on. And we've got 1541, which is what we want. They all should be 1541. We'll take randomly number 2 here. That was number 4 we had. Put it on. Look at that, 1541. Life is good. So, they all weighed out to that. This morning, just took a little bit of real fine velvet lapping compound, and we're getting rid of that little burr in there. We put just a touch on that burr. It's not much of a burr. You just get your fingernail going in the right direction. Barely. So we sprayed a little WD-40 on this strap, and we put the velvet lapping compound, just a dab of it right on the burr. And we got our marvelous setup here so the crank don't turn on us. We got the block strapped down. So we're going to clean that up. Then we're going to install the pistons. We may have to be a little inventive about our engine stand. We're going to do that. And then we may try to design our own windage, or our own crank scraper. Hey, you know, I'm sure there's somebody out there with a lower IQ than me that's tried it. What I'm hoping is somebody with a lower IQ than me has tried it and been successful. We'll see. Stay tuned. Just going to try to give you a little idea here of what I'm doing with a leather strap. I'm sure the rest of you already knew anyways, but the burr's right here. Oh, is where it is. And we're just taking this strap and we're just pushing the hell out of it. I'm going to do this here for a couple of minutes. And hopefully that will take care of anything that's all there. We can wipe that all down carefully. A little WD-40 after, wipe her down. Wipe down with that. Hopefully I'll get very little velvet lapping compound in there. But you can see it's definitely shaping up, or smoothing up the strap. So we'll have a look here and see what the situation is. Probably won't be able to see it from the camera there, but I'm going to be able to see myself anyway. Right there. Oh, no, I can still catch her just a little bit. She's pretty well gone. I'm going to put a little something in that oil driller too to make sure that none of the lapping compound goes down there. So for those of you that don't know, I'm not saying right in the head or any of those words. We don't have a ring compressor. We got one about 2.5 hours drive away, but I don't know people, and people, when I do know them, promise all kinds of things, but they never come through on them. So getting somebody to go over there or pick it up on their way through there or something like that, I'm sure I'd heard all kinds of stories about people that were there yesterday, or be there tomorrow, and be there next week, and if they'd only known a few minutes ago, they would have, yeah, you know the story. So I've made one here. Hose clamps, piece of sheet metal. Probably won't work. Really looking forward to cutting my hands all to crap. But we're going to give it a go. Now to do this, I've got the engine on here. So I have to come around to this side to put the piston in and get started. I have to go to the other side, line it up on the crank, bring it through, and so on. To get back here where I am, you will notice that there is a bench. Runs all the way along over to there. It's under the clutter, trust me. I know what some of you are thinking. It's a lot like my brother's shop. Well, give me a little bit of credit. I've only been in there for a year and a half, going on 2 years. Haven't had the money to build the benches. Had to move quickly from another spot. Bring over a grudge 3 times this size worth of stuff into here. So I think I'm doing pretty good so far. And this bench is new. It's only been up for a week. But to get here, I have to crawl underneath. Through that pile of stuff. Squeeze myself up through here. Now here, I am not a small guy. Bad knees, bad back, bad hips. A lot of metal holding a lot of pieces of me together. And I'm not young. So this will take a while. But we're not on a deadline. And the satisfaction when it all goes bang, one way or the other, will be immense. All right, if this works, we might do a little video of the second one going in. Okay, look way down there. There's a piston. There is 3 more in the oil way over there. They're going to go in. Right now, there's 1 in. We did away with all the rest of the stuff. Went with a hose clamp. We're going to see if we can get the rest of them in. Anything's possible. Alright. Alright, we're still rednecking away here, hardcore. So, without a ring compressor, got a guy about 5 miles out of town. Says he can get it to me in a couple days, which is appreciated. I don't have any transportation, so. And says, this doesn't work well in the snow. The icy roads and all that kind of stuff. And the mud and the gravel roads. All that aside, we have a hose clamp. A couple of hose clamps. However, getting them to do all 3 rings is, well, it's not impossible. But I gotta tell you, it's one of those things that, you know, along with perpetual motion, you don't see very often. So, we put it around 2 rings, knock it in until the 2 clear. Well, piston clears out. Then we go around, carefully tap it back out. And we're going to put this ring on, hose clamp with that ring. We should be able to get that ring in. And we got blood, so we know we're on the right track. Trust me, sweat and tears have been here for a long time. So, whole gang's together. We're going to get this one in. We're going to try, the first one went in, all 3 rings at the same time. We're going to try each one just to keep our aggravation levels at the right, spot. And the more trips back and forth in this narrow little friggin' passageway out, all the way around there and back to here, and all the way, yeah, okay, that helps with the aggravation. And blood, sweat, and tears really like aggravation. So hit single, I believe. All right, onward and outward or something. Well, if you think I'm going to climb back in there to show you the pistons from a good angle, you're nuts. But, connecting rod, connecting rod, connecting rod, connecting rod. Lots of assembly lube everywhere. Isn't that great? I put that shit on everything. Like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. And, I might be able to search around here. Show you there are some pistons. Ooh, they protrude above the head. Will that be a problem? I don't think so. Will it make a difference? Oh, I definitely think so. If you know what if you know how far below the deck surface they were to begin with, yeah, gonna make big bang. Hopefully more than one big bang. Last thing this world needs is another universe. All right. I am going to start designing a crank scraper just for fun. May or may not use it. But at this point, can't really, well, I can do more, but still waiting to hear on my camshaft. They haven't even called me to ask me to pay for it yet, so that's a couple of weeks out.